Welcome back to another edition of Flipping Dust. Today I'm not going to be talking to you about fixing houses. I'm going to talk to you about taking care of your health. I'm sitting here in a new office. You can see all the boxes behind me, and I haven't really had a second to unpack. Things have been really wild. I've been working on a few different projects, and I've also been dealing with some medical issues. In one of the more recent tutorials that I posted, actually it wasn't that recent, it was a few months ago, one of the tutorials where I'm talking about painting laser crisp lines where walls meet ceilings, I was feeling a bit achy in the back of my neck, and I thought I just had a muscle strain. I thought I had overdone it. There's so much adrenaline pumping when you're working on a house and you're working on timelines. You want to make sure that you're minimizing your holding costs. You want to make sure that you're timing the real estate market correctly, that you're going to be dropping that market, you're going to be dropping the home into the market at the correct time so you can maximize your profits. There's so many different things that go on. It's very easy to ignore your overall health. Anyway, I had done something, I wasn't sure what it was, but I felt this little ache in the back of my neck while I was making that tutorial, but I put it out of mind. And a couple weeks later, I was walking to the park with one of my friends. We were going to go to the park and play with his kids. I said to him, his name is Mike, I said, "Hey Mike, I think I pinched a nerve in the back of my neck. This is really, really sore." And he's like, "Oh, well, have you gone to so-and-so doctor?" I was like, "Yeah, I actually did." And he said it was probably a pinched nerve. And anyway, a couple days later, it wasn't getting better. And I started to feel this pain going down my arm. I thought, hold on a second. Is this a heart attack? What's going on? I started to get really nervous. I called up my back surgeon who, he helped me a few years ago. He reconstructed my L3 through S1 discs. I mean, he's an amazing guy. He's like a magician with all of his medical technology. Anyway, I went in for an MRI, and it turns out that I have two discs in the back of my neck, so C4, C5, C5, C6. They're just totally mushed. Now, part of it is going to be genetic, others because maybe I was approaching work in the early days in a haphazard way. Not really sure, but whatever it was, it did turn into a medical necessity for me to have these two discs replaced in the back of my neck. I'm not looking forward to it. Tomorrow morning, I go in for surgery. They're going to do a little incision right here. The doctor does video his surgeries, and I told him I would love to see this surgery. If he could get it on video for me and I could have a copy, I'd love it, because I'm just fascinated by these things. Maybe I'll be able to show that to you. We'll see. But point being, I am going to be out of commission for 2.5 or 3 months, where I cannot work on my projects the way I like to. Here we are today. I'm just letting you know it's not the most comfortable thing when you hurt yourself, and you want to be able to heal as fast as possible. So take care of yourself while you're healing. I'm going to be, hopefully, as I said before, showing a clip of the surgery so you see what it looks like. Don't watch it if you get all squeamish, but I think it's so fascinating, so maybe you guys will too. And then I'm going to be giving a few little progress reports, hopefully along the way. And then I'll be back in the houses making footage of the different flips and talking to you about the techniques we use to improve the homes. With that, I'm going to sign off for now. I need to get as much unpacking done here as possible and then get ready for tomorrow. But that's where we are right now, and we'll pick up as soon as we can at another point. Here we are almost 24 hours later after the surgery was performed, and you could see they went in the left side of my neck. The surgery took a few hours, and I could not be more impressed with the whole crew that was there. The doctor, the anesthesiologist, all the nurses. What an amazing team. So what can I tell you? The pain is, right now, it's not so bad at all. I was told that days 3 through 10 are going to be the worst. That's when all the inflammation is kicking in. But right now, actually, I feel pretty good and I'm impressed. It's hard to hold myself back from not lifting the 8 pounds plus. The doctor said, don't lift anything for 2 weeks that's over 8 pounds. And it's kind of deceiving. I feel so good that I feel like I could lift much more than 8 pounds. Another thing I'm noticing is when I rotate my head side to side, it feels like it's gliding. It's such a smooth movement. Before I was feeling the vertebrae in the back rubbing against each other, and now it feels like my neck is ice skating, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I said in the earlier video I was going to give an update, and here we are. The surgery worked. It's phenomenal. The technology is just mind-blowing. I can't believe what they're able to accomplish in just a few short hours. But as things progress, I'll jump back on and give some updates. I have a little bit of a video clip and some still shots that are kind of fun to look at. But that's where we are right now. And hopefully we'll get on to the next project pretty soon. But the doctor insisted I have some downtime, so here I am. But again, it's really important to take care of your health and not overexert yourself physically, especially when you're flipping houses, because like I said earlier, when that adrenaline is pumping and you're working against timelines, you really want to get stuff done. And it's important to sometimes hold back from going all out. So there we are. Everything so far is a-okay and actually feels a lot better. I'm surprised that the day after surgery, I already feel less pain than I did before. And there's very little pain from the surgical site. So that team, wow, these doctors did a great job. A week and a half later, here we are. As you can see, I've been growing out my beard. I was told I shouldn't really be shaving because it would irritate the incision. But let's see, what can we recap? I don't know if you can tell, my voice is a little hoarse. It is supposed to resolve by the end of the second week or 2.5 weeks in, so we'll see how that goes. The doctor said it's all totally normal. It's to be expected. What they do is when they go in, they not only do they intubate the patient, they intubated me, but they also push all of the esophagus and everything aside so that they can access the spine through the front of the neck. So it does create quite a bit of inflammation by the vocal cords. So my voice is a little bit different. Let's see, about 3 days after the procedure, I was supposed to take the bandage, the waterproof bandage, off of the incision site. And so I was telling my daughter I'm about to take the bandage off, and she wanted to do it. And she was like, Daddy, please let me do it. And it was so tempting, but no, I didn't let her do it. She looked at me, she said, you sure you want to do it? It's gonna hurt. And it was pretty funny, just, it's gonna hurt. Like, thanks a lot for the vote of confidence there, kid. But I did take it off. It did not hurt at all. Now, part of that is because the bandage just peels right off very easily. The other part is because it's still quite a bit numb through here, and I have some numbness in here. And the doctor also said that's all totally normal. That's going to be resolved in the next few days. So I'm surprisingly feeling really good. It's awesome to feel how my neck can turn side to side. I don't feel grinding in there anymore between the vertebrae, so that's a blessing. It feels more like my neck is ice skating back and forth. So it's kind of fun, but it's also a strange concept to think that there are these artificial discs in there that my entire body is relying upon. So I've gotten kind of attached to my old discs, and it's a little bit of a change. So yeah, there's some soreness in the back of the neck, and I think that's just because of all the trauma that was going on in there when they took the discs out and when they put the new artificial discs in place. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this in the video, but the doctor hammers some of those, he hammers a few millimeters worth of disc into place. So there is some trauma that goes on there. But all in all, I'm actually feeling really good. I'm pleasantly surprised as to how smooth this surgery experience has been so far. In the next few days, I should be able to shave, which is wonderful because this thing is itching me like, I can't wait to get rid of this beard. But Yeah, all I can say is, all in all, really good. It's such a wonderful change. I'm very pleased that I chose to go with the replacement discs. I don't know what it would have been like if I had gone for a fusion, but I do feel that my head is moving around nice and smooth. I don't feel like I have a reduced range of motion, which is exactly why we went for these disc replacements instead of fusion. And so all I could say is, so far it really is very good. And I'll give an update in a few days to let you know how everything is progressing. All right, 2.5 week update on the 2-level artificial disc replacement. The incision site is starting to really heal up very well, so I'm happy about that. My voice is coming back. Occasionally it'll be a little bit hoarse. It's slightly hoarse right now, but not a big deal. Under here, I'm still kind of numb, which is a very odd sensation, but the doctor said not to worry. The nerves are just kind of chilling out right now, and everything's going to resolve. For the most part, I'm pretty much pain free, and that feels so good. One of the things that I'm finding is a little bit misleading is I'm feeling so good. I do want to do a lot of physical stuff right now, and my brain is telling me to hold back. My doctor advised me, so let pain be your guide. Now, something I'm noticing is I'll do something physical and I don't feel the discomfort or the pain in the moment. It kind of catches up with me a few minutes later. So what I've been doing is I've been ramping up my physical activity very slowly. And it seems to be working right now. Now, two things that I've been finding are slightly uncomfortable. The first is driving in a car when I go over a speed bump or if I hit a pothole. It is pretty uncomfortable. And my car has a nice suspension to it. So I'm thinking any other kind of car that is a harsh riding car would just exacerbate that discomfort. So just personally, I'm avoiding riding in cars for another few days. I've been kind of a homebody, going on walks, playing with my toddler. Last night I actually played a little bit too much, and what I found was typically my neck will get kind of sore right around here in the back about 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the evening. It just gets kind of tired. And last night I was playing a lot, and it got sore in the moment. So I realized, yeah, I got to take a break. Now, I have not been taking painkillers for, I don't know, a few days. And last night I did take a muscle relaxer, and I found that that helped tremendously. I didn't need to take Norco. I didn't even need to take Tylenol. And that's really where we are. So I couldn't be happier in the moment with the way the progress is going. The doctor did tell me that it could take 3 months to get back up to speed and to be at like 100%. So there's obviously quite a ways to go. I'm going to be starting physical therapy as well. So I know that there could be some discomfort when I start with that. That's going to be starting in a few days. So I'll give an update when that occurs. But all in all, the fears that I had going into this surgery have not come to fruition. And that is just so, I mean, it's just super comforting to me because I was really concerned about it. And it just hasn't happened. And maybe that gives you a little bit of confidence if you're considering this type of procedure. So again, I had the 2-level artificial disc replacement. Now, some people will have a fusion for their cervical issues, and I can't speak to that. I opted for the disc replacement so that I would have full range of motion. I didn't want to feel like my range of motion was diminished. But all in all, I'm really happy with my choice, and things are going well. I'll give you an update when we get to the next step. Hi, here we are at the end of week 3 of recovery post 2-level artificial disc replacement. Everything's feeling really good at this point, and it's hard for me to hold myself back. I feel so good. I just want to go out and do all kinds of physical activities. My brain keeps saying, hold on. You got to let things settle into place the way they should be. So I started physical therapy. The one thing that I spoke about with the therapist is as the pain was getting stronger prior to my surgery, I would progressively pinch my shoulders and bring them up, and I would kind of put my head forward. I felt that pinching my shoulders, raising them up and putting my head forward alleviated some of the pain. Unfortunately, my muscles got really tight from doing all of that. So in physical therapy, what we're doing right now is some muscle massage, just across the base of my neck and then out through my shoulders. The physical therapist was explaining to me, he can feel a lot of knots in there and he can feel that there's a lot of tension in those muscles. So he was doing some massage. I have to consciously push my shoulders down because I'm so accustomed to having them up in a guarded position. Also, I'm accustomed to having my head forward, which obviously isn't so wonderful. So I have to kind of pull back and retrain some of my muscles to hold myself in the correct posture. So what we're doing is some chin tuck exercises. So it engages the muscles down by the throat, deep inside there. And it's kind of an interesting thing to engage these muscles when I have, for months, been trying to let them rest. So now bringing them back into action, I have to consciously really think about, okay, which muscles am I using? Don't pull from back here to do these exercises to, feel it really right in here. Also, we're doing some resistance training so that I strengthen the muscles back through here so that it holds everything in place the way it should. I'm really enjoying this physical therapy. It feels like I'm starting to move more. I've been holding myself back and I want to get back into the water. I want to start surfing again. I want to go to the gym. I want to do all these things. I want to work alongside my crew. And I think my biggest challenge right now is recognizing the need to ramp up slowly. I'm the type of guy that likes to go from 0 to 100 just flat out. And with this type of situation, I can't do that. So just even being with a physical therapist, doing the resistance training, it felt so nice to move finally. And what can I tell you? Like I said before, I'm not on any narcotics. I'm taking gabapentin still for the nerve pain. As the doctor had explained, it's going to take a while for these nerves to chill out. They've been so inflamed and so aggravated for months and months. It's going to take some time for that to all settle. I'm starting to get some sensation in my skin under here, and that's nice because when I shave, it's hard to tell where the razor is. So yeah, finally I'm starting to feel sensation through here again. And sleep is also getting quite a bit better. The last few nights, I wasn't trying to find a position to alleviate discomfort. I was just on my back, on my side, on my stomach. Everything felt really comfortable. I didn't need to use any kind of special pillows. I'm not using my neck brace. I feel like day-to-day activities, I could go back into it. I just don't want to inflame anything or aggravate it before it's time. But what I could tell you right now is if you're contemplating this type of surgery, at this point in my healing, it's just day and night. All the shooting pain and the numbness, the pins and needles, all of it is gone. And it is such a beautiful thing not to have that anymore. I'm so thankful. So hopefully this gives you some, I don't know, maybe it gives you encouragement or it gives you some hope if you're in this type of situation. And on the work front, I've been going a little bit slower with my projects and trying not to stress out so much because the stress is also going to, it has an impact on all the different systems in the body. So I'm just trying to take it a little bit easy and get back into full swing. As the doctor had said, take off a couple months, 3 months before you really are at full speed. So I'm trying to pace myself accordingly. And as I said, that's really the hardest part right now. All the hard work is behind me, and the physical therapy part is really enjoyable. All right, welcome back. So it's been just over 3 months since I had my 2-level disc replacement in my neck. Everything is going so well. I couldn't be happier. Let's start off with a few weeks ago, I finished my physical therapy. I'm still doing the program at home, but I'm no longer going to the facility. The doctor cleared me to do all different types of activities. The numbness that was kind of irritating down through here is pretty much resolved. So that's excellent. My energy levels are back to what they were prior to surgery. Actually, they're better than they were before surgery. My range of motion is a lot better than it was prior to surgery, and the scar is fading day by day, so that's pretty good. I wanted to wait until today to give this update. The doctor had cleared me to go surfing at 3 months, and the waves weren't so good. I wanted to check out my new hardware, see how my neck works. And I went a few days ago. The waves were kind of small, which was a relief. I didn't want to throw myself into these massive waves right away. But it was so beautiful just to be out there. The water was warm, it was clear, there weren't too many people. I was able to just do my own thing. And I waited a few days to make this update because I wanted to see how I truly felt after that type of exercise, which I haven't been able to do in just way too long. And I feel great. I feel wonderful. So the surgery has been a tremendous success. I could not be happier. I'm so grateful to my doctor. He's just a magician with his hands. And I'm able to play with my kids again. I don't have any of the pain radiating down my arms or into my chest. It just feels really good to be back to normal life. And if anyone out there is watching this and they're contemplating having this surgery, obviously, I can't tell you how things would work out for you in your particular case, but hopefully hearing that my surgery was just the best success, maybe that gives you a little bit of confidence to proceed with some type of treatment where you can find relief. So again, I was just making these updates as my progress was going day by day. I thought maybe it would be interesting for some viewer out there, maybe for you. And it's great. I feel wonderful. I just feel so good. I can move my head. I could bend down without the pain going throughout my whole body. I don't feel like I'm having a heart attack every day where the pain is going down my arms. And I can just be out and about. I can walk. I have no restrictions. Right now, it's just maintenance. So I'm doing my physical therapy, as I said, at home. And I'm going to start a new strength training exercise. I've been cleared for that as well, so I can go back to the gym and I can do long walks. I can go bike riding, swimming, and as I said before, I can go surfing, and I can get back to work. One thing I recommend, if you are going to be having this type of surgery, make sure that you have a lot of reading materials, because there will be some home time where you're not going to want to be out and about too much. I was a hermit for a few weeks, and I actually decided I was going to take an online course. I've always wanted to start elder care facilities. And since I wasn't going to be hands-on with my flipping projects, I was going to be home more. I decided to take some Zoom classes. Usually these classes were held in person, but just for the time being, they were held on Zoom, which made it much more comfortable for me. So I was able to get certified to run my own elder care facilities while I was recovering. So I used this time to create the bedrock of a new business. And all is good. It's just really good. So hopefully this gives you confidence that if you're going to have a procedure like this, the outcome really can be fantastic. Thank you for watching.
All right, surgery's going beautifully. This is the second level, and then we're done. Putting in the most beautiful, sexiest, most expensive implant. And we're going to name this after Savan, Ben, and the middle one is Valerie. Just a call out to the people that make Marty who he is, because he'd be nothing without them. Nothing. Now, got it. Look away now. This looks like it's going to hurt Daddy, but it's not. It's hurting me more than it hurts him.